Hey everyone, welcome. It's Cheryl from Cheryl's Creations. I got a few things to show you today. I've been working on some inventory. So first off, I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. It's Monday. It's a fabulous Monday for me because I'm off work until after Memorial Day. Yay! Then I'll start teaching some summer classes, but it's always nice to have a couple of weeks in between some classes and get a break. And although my list of things to do is longer when I'm off than when I'm working, but it's okay. I got things I got to do. I think I had said in other videos that I have a small display of items in a motor shop that I do his bookkeeping for him. So we cleaned off his shelf and we've put it up, and I have to make sure I take everything in bags because it does get a little dirty, and I go in and I clean it back up. And so but the plushies don't get dirty. And I have been amazed at what he has sold. He has sold out of cows twice. He has sold big pigs, but not the little ones. He has sold out of ducks. He has sold chickens. He's had a couple special orders. And so it's been a good little place just to have this little trickle of things. So, but he's mentioned, hey, someone came in and asked for, so that's what I've been up to. I've been trying to get him some inventory. I've got to work on some other things. I'll show you what I did, and then I'll kind of talk about some other things I've got to do. But the one thing he has been talking about, several people have asked him for frogs. And so I've done two different things. I did this frog, and he is just such the adorable frog. He is a purchased pattern from Etsy. I pretty much did everything like it said, but the pattern shows it has a little pink heart that it's holding, not holding with his feet, but holding with its hands. And so I decided I didn't want the heart in there, but I added the tongue, and I just did kind of an oblong piece. I think I chained, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5, and then I, just kind of did, like a U shape. And I just sewed it in underneath his lip. And so that's the big frog I've done for him. And I think I need to do several more of these. He is just the most adorable thing I have ever seen. Now, I wasn't real fond of doing all the fingers. They're not horrible. They are attached. So they're no-sew toes. That all rhymes. You chain out, you do a bobble at the end, and you slip stitch back. And the same with the fingers. Sometimes that just, I don't know, depends on if I'm in the mood for it. But anyway, I will put the pattern down there. The pattern was easy to read. I think the only thing about the pattern that I saw was it wasn't, when they wanted you to do an increase, they put 2 SC, like 2 single crochet, instead of, single crochet increase. So it took me a minute to process the fact that when that showed up, they wanted you to do 2 crochets in the same stitch. But other than that, it was pretty easy. Didn't take all that long. So I love the arms and legs. They're wonderful. I could sit here and play in this video all day long. So that's the one frog. And then I decided that he needed some little frogs. And so this is also, it's kind of along the leggy frog type of pattern, but it's not the square that the leggy frog pattern uses. Again, this one I got from Etsy. This is a no-sew pattern. So there's his face. He does have some eyebrows up there. His were up a little high. But, you know, again, this is one of those small items that are good quick sellers. So these will go on the shelf with the small ducks and stuff like that. So I did them in, this is the fluorescent green. So these three are parfait chunkies. And you can, I don't remember each of the colors besides this one was the neon. And I think this is rainwater or something like that. And then this is a plush that I had gotten from Temu just to try something, and I thought it was going to be a different colored green, but I think it really looks good in those frogs. So I did 6 or 8 frogs, but these are the colors I used for the frogs. So let me put those over there. He also had somebody come in and order special request a monkey. And so I looked through my monkey patterns, and I have a couple. I have one that was real big. I have one that was tiny. But the faces and stuff just weren't what I wanted. So I went to Etsy, and I found this guy. He is absolutely adorable. I made 4 of these the other day when I was sitting there. See his little face, his little eyes. They didn't have as much detail around a couple of places. I added a little more to the mouth. And he's got his tail. You know, he's a really nice size. You know, especially even if it's kids, they can get a hand on that, you know. Now, this pattern, again, was pretty, it was a pretty decent pattern. I didn't find any errors. It was easy to read. They did it where the arms were attached separately. Some of it was crocheted in, some of it was not. Actually, I don't think many of it was. So the second one that I did, I crocheted in everything. So I crocheted in the tail, and then the next row I crocheted in the legs, and at the top I crocheted the arms in. And when I did the face, you start here and you crochet in the ears. So I made it very minimal sewing. Good pattern. I recommend it if you're looking for a nice size item. This yarn is the Big Twist Posh that they came out with. And this is Parfait Chunky. And I think I used a size 4 hook. Okay. So, these I think I also used a 4 hook. So, some of my other plushies, I'll use a 5. And then if I'm using Bernat, I'll use a 6 or a 7. So, but I think he is just adorable. So, and the last thing I worked on was possums. And I just have toyed with possums. Haven't done any very seriously. And so I did 3 possums. And this is my possum. There is no pattern for this. I just winged it. I may go back and do a pattern, but I started up here at the nose, and then I increased until I thought it looked right, and then I crocheted, and then when I decreased, the feet, these feet aren't quite as symmetrical, but there's his feet. They are bobble stitches. They are in there, you know, they're sewed in. The only thing I had to sew on was the ears. And there's probably a way to do that. I just wasn't thinking about it in that time. And then I put some eyebrows on it to give it a little bit of character. Again, a nice small sized, and I will do some bigger ones for them. I just haven't got there. But, so those are my items that are going to go over to the motor shop display, and see how those items go. He does need more cows, so I'm getting ready to do more cows, and he needs more of the small ducks. So I do have a couple more things that I'm going to work on this week to get him, and then I've got to hot foot it and start getting ready for my next market. But yeah, those are the 3 things. The 2 patterns I will list, and they did come from Etsy. And I winged the other one. If you want to know how I did it, let me know, and I'll either do a pattern or I'll do a tutorial, one of the 2. But it was not very difficult. These are 8mm eyes. Now I will tell you, this is worsted 4-weight, and his circumference is 36 stitches. So that's how big he is. The monkey has size 6 eyes. So, but that's what I have for today. Some wonderful things, different things. I still have some patterns I haven't even tried yet. So I'm hoping my days off for the next couple of weeks are just going to be filled with lots of cool stuff. So stay tuned for new patterns, and we'll see what I can come up with. Alrighty. If you haven't, click that subscribe button. Keep coming back. Watch a little bit of those commercials. That helps the statistics for my channel. And I will see you in the next video. Crochet away, everybody.